I just thought I'd make a little video with some cheesy emotional music. Not that that was the plan, but I was wanting to write a song, but then it turned into this little emotional backing track thing. And I recorded it on my mum and dad's piano at their house, but I'm not at their house anymore, so I'm just going to use this. So yeah, I just thought I'd make a video that explains why I am doing what I'm doing now, as a bit of a background. So I grew up near the sea, and I have always loved being near the sea and the sound of the sea and swimming in the sea, but I have always been quite scared of it too, just because it's so deep and dark and massive. There's always been an element of fear to being in the sea, but the next project that I'm doing, the next theatre thing, this show called Birthmarked, is set in the sea, in the deep dark sea. So yeah, I grew up a Jehovah's Witness, and technically I still am a Jehovah's Witness, but I no longer practice that faith, and I have lost a lot of things, very important things to that religion. And this isn't just an isolated situation, this is a situation for many, many people. So I completely believed what I believed, and I gave everything I had to that religion and to the people that I loved in that religion, in that group. And I even ended up learning Mandarin. And moving to China to preach in Shanghai as a kind of a way to show God just how much I was trying to do what God wanted me to do, and to hopefully gain strength in my faith to be able to carry on as a witness, because that was what I, even though I'd lost my faith, I still believed it was what I had to do with my life. But partly because of my sexuality, and partly to a change in my faith and understanding of life and the universe and everything, I was excommunicated, or the term disfellowshipped is used, which is an incredibly difficult thing to experience, which means you can't have any contact with anyone you've ever known, really, including your family. It's an incredibly isolating thing to happen, and it really had a damaging impact on my mental health. I used to go and sit on a bench on this hill and sit and read and try to understand things and make myself believe it all again, but after years of trying so hard to believe it, it got to the point where, because I wasn't allowed to talk to anyone apart from people that weren't Jehovah's Witnesses, but at the time most of the people I knew and was close to were Jehovah's Witnesses. I didn't have anyone, I was just very alone, and I got to the point where I wanted to swim into the sea and not swim out of the sea. But I made a phone call to the Samaritans while sat on that same bench and spoke to a lady who told me I needed to look out for myself and really try and take care of myself, regardless of the people who, regardless of everything, I just had to focus on looking after myself, which at the time didn't really help. But I can see what she was talking about now. I kept going swimming, and I kept going underwater, and one day I held my breath and sunk underwater, and then this feeling happened that was just kind of I let go of trying to pretend and let go of trying to believe everything. The sea was still deep and dark, but as I was just kind of floating, I realised that I was okay and that I was going to be okay. And that was the beginning of a period of my life that I feel saved me. So I moved to Bristol. I painted people I once never would have made friends with, and I wrote stories for people I loved, and I tripped and stumbled my way into making theatre shows. And through making art and music and stories and the support and friendship of so many different people that I have in my life now, I've gradually been finding my own belief and my own love of myself, and I have been able to fall back in love with the sea and my hometown. And I want to tell this story, or a version of this story, a story that is based in complete love of other people and of love for my own life, and by doing so, hopefully shine a light on circumstances that shouldn't be allowed to happen. I'm going to tell this story underwater, to a whale, become a tap dancing zebra, and commemorate my Nan, who, no matter what I believed, no matter who I was, no matter what she believed, kept me in her life. So that's basically it. I'll stop rambling now. The end.